What's going on, legends? Welcome back to the channel. In today's video, we're going to be discussing where you can find 3 bottles of hydrogen peroxide, cephalexin, or acetone, and I can tell you for sure I went from finding none of them all the way to finding one of them each and every match. So this potentially could be the best possible way for you guys to get a hold of these, and I'm hoping that you guys will have much better success after watching today's video. Before we dive into it, if you guys do enjoy this content at any time or find this video helpful in any way, make sure to show support for the channel by going down below and smashing that like button. We'll throw an easy goal of 150 likes on today's video, as well as if you'd like to find your way back to the channel for more Call of Duty content, make sure to hit that subscribe button. Also that notification bell so you don't miss any future videos. So if you're wondering why you need 3 bottles of these hydrogen peroxide, cephalexin, or acetone, it's going to be in order to unlock those daily urgent missions for Phalanx, and currently that's the only way you'll be able to get the reputation you need to unlock that final mission in Tier 1 to continue progressing the Phalanx faction. So what we're going to need, of course, is to extract 3 bottles of hydrogen peroxide, cephalexin, or acetone. Now when I was first trying to find these, I was having 0 luck, even though I was going to hospitals, searching first aid kits, checking in hidden caches, pretty much anything that people recommended. I was unable to find any of these. I even went over to the Koshai complex, and I just wasn't having a lot of luck. However, I've discovered a method that I think will increase your guys' odds of finding one each and every match, and I was not only able to find one in one match, I was able to actually go into the next match, find it again, and then my third trip over to Koshai complex after that, I was even able to acquire 2 more. So I think I have a pretty good method for you guys in order to increase your odds of being able to find these, so that way you guys will be able to unlock these urgent missions. What you're going to want to do is head over to the Koshai complex. Now, I'm recommending you guys go over to the Oasis one, and that's the one that's not actually located on the map, so you guys will head over to the Oasis location. You guys will go down into that bunker. It's pretty much the secret bunker entrance. And you guys will enter through this way. This is going to take you to the side that is all the radiated bunkers, and it's going to be kind of frustrating because that's the little puzzle you have to make it through, but it's definitely going to be worth it because in between where you enter into the complex in this side of the map, and then obviously where you enter into the chemical plant, there is quite a few first aid kits, and not only in one match, but my second match right after that, I was able to find a hydrogen peroxide in the first one, and in my second one, an acetone, just between the entrance again and where you enter into the chemical plant. Now, the one thing I like about this method is there is only one spawn for each team, basically, so there is no other way for a team to spawn in the same area of the map as you. So if you go to the specific Oasis entrance, there will not be another team at that Oasis entrance, giving you pretty much the freedom of exploring that puzzle area and being able to look through those first aid kits without anybody basically being able to steal it from you. If you have teammates, you always have risk of them eluding it before you, but if you go in solo or with people you know, obviously you won't have that issue. But essentially what you're going to want to be doing from the time you actually spawn into the complex and going all the way to the chemical plant, you're just going to want to make sure you look in each and every one of the first aid kits. Again, my first match, I found a hydrogen peroxide. In the second match, I found an acetone. Now, the good news with this method too is if you guys are able to find it between where you enter and obviously getting into the chemical plant, by the time you get to the chemical plant, if you already have it in your possession, you can go immediately over to the exfil, call in the elevator, wait for that time period to go by, and obviously exfil safely. So in my third match, I went over to the external ops entrance, which is over in Rohan Oil, and I didn't have nearly the luck I had over in Oasis, which is how I got the idea to go over to that location upon entering into the Koshai complex to have better success. But this time, I actually did make it over to the Alpha cluster, and I was the first team or the first person over in that area. Now, I did choose to loot all around this area, obviously eliminating the enemies and choosing to go through each and every first aid kit. And I was able to find not only one hydrogen peroxide, but also another acetone, both in the same match. So I think if I would have actually entered in through the Oasis entrance during that run, I could have potentially gotten more than 2, possibly 3 or more, obviously, and been able to have access to the 3 that would be required in a single run, which is actually pretty cool. So if you guys enter in over at the Oasis and make it over to the Alpha cluster and are the first team to get there, it is a very good potential that you could acquire 3 of these bottles that you need. So quick summary, what you guys are going to want to do is head over to that bunker entrance in the Oasis, head into Koshai complex. You guys are going to want to loot each and every one of the first aid kits till you get to the chemical plant. Hopefully at this point, you guys will get access to at least 1 hydrogen peroxide or an acetone, and if you have and you're feeling brave, you guys can even head over to the Alpha cluster, where you will continue to look through those first aid kits and hopefully acquire more. Now, this is the only method I was able to have success with, and I think a lot of that could be due to the fact that everyone is looking for these. So if you're going to hospitals or other locations that have been recommended, it's very high possibility that not only is it extremely rare in those locations, other players could be beating you to it because there's so many people trying to acquire these. But I think if you guys go with this method, again, you guys spawn into the Oasis entrance, obviously you're going to be the only team in that area, so no one will really be able to interfere with you looting these bottles of hydrogen peroxide, cephalexin, or acetone. But I'm hoping by sharing this method, it will make your journey significantly easier. But that's going to wrap things up for us here. Thank you guys for all the support in today's video, all support in the channel, and I look forward to seeing y'all in the next one. Peace.